All right. So I guess we can start today. So, guys, today we are going to see a match which has happened yesterday in between the Vidit Gujrathi versus Danil Dubov. So Danil Dubov is known for the most aggressive player, and Vidit is known as one of the best player from India and India number India number three, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get started. The game has happened in FIDE Chess Grand Prix. Uh, 2022 round 3, and the game has started with the reti opening. So Vidit has decided to go with some reti opening over here, and in reti opening mostly it will get responded back with the king's Indian defense structure, where white is also go for the same line, where these are kind of the lines which I also used to play when I see the knight to f3. So let's get started. So we can see quickly the movements are happening over here with the same what we discussed, and after the c4 we can see the structure is converted to the Catalan, because this is what we used to see in most of the Catalan lines. So after the c6 it is converted to the semi-Slav now, so it's getting changed to multiple lines, where we can also known I guess this line is also known as Neo Grunfeld line after castle over here. And let's see further what has happened here. There are multiple choices over here as per the engine. It is recommended to go, maybe I'll keep open the engine. So maybe this is one of the line which is suggested by engine. However, the continuation may be continued. I guess I'll stop the engine because it is distracting me. So maybe the takes, and later on maybe the c5 is one of the line where either you take it, or maybe just go further with this line, and if takes tax happen over here, and maybe the knight comes in over here. These are the one of the lines which are possible over here. So let's get move further what has happened in the game. After queen to b3, black decides to move further, and then white decides to take over here. And after this, rather than taking back, black said no, I'm not going to take it back, I'll first push your queen, and the best move is to come back over here. That's what we did. After takes, everything is normal over here. Knight develops over here, and queen comes in over here onto the a5. Maybe the further push ideas over here, putting some pressure over here, and maybe this was the original idea as per my understanding. So we decided, okay, I'm kicking you off immediately after this. So it is just a disco check possible, or you cannot take here obviously, because queen can take it over here. So queen goes back, and removing any threats, indirect threats over here. So let's see further what has happened over here. Then VD says, okay, I'm taking a break now over here. I'm going to get rid of with this one. And Danil said, okay, I'm going to take it back. And here the best move is to take over here. Maybe this is one of the line possible over here. Perhaps maybe takes over here. Maybe a slight advantage for the white. Maybe if we see the engine, or maybe it is equal position over here. But the problem is that you will get the isolated pawn over here. That's why it is not it has not played in the game. Rather than that, we did took it with the queen, and then further knight jumps in to attack the queen. Queen goes over here. These are all best moves as per the engine. He played all correct moves over here, and rook jumps in over here. Idea is to take the open file over here, and maybe later on he can double up over here. So let's see what has happened. So Daniel said, okay, I'm not giving you the open file easily. And here this starts with the playing further over here. The idea is being that it's getting attacked twice over here. Maybe perhaps takes is not going to take over here actually. So the main idea is that maybe they push further. So we can see this further what has happened. So Daniel offered the queen threat, and VD said, okay, why not? So I'll take it easily. Takes happen, and here perhaps you cannot take over here. So if you try to go with this, maybe I'll try to show you the lines. What can be the possibly over here. If you take go for this pawn, then you're losing a piece here. I'll show you. It is a line of multiple moves over here. It's not that in one or two moves you'll win the piece. It's like a series. So let's start with this, and then if let's suppose you take over here, and then knight takes over here, and in case you take it with the pawn, then you are getting this. And well, here you are getting a 4 core here, and here you cannot save both things. If you go for here, you'll take over here, and ultimately you are losing a piece over here. So not a good idea. So maybe if you see over here, maybe let's go back here. After takes here, maybe perhaps one other line is to take over here first. Bishop takes over here, and again you cannot take here because of this again. So maybe there are the other liners are like maybe forking over here and winning some pawns over here. That is the only compensation for white, where you can see the white will be having extra 2 pawns only for a piece. But it is not a good idea. So we said I'm going to I'm just gambling a pawn now. If you want to take it, and he took. Danil said okay, it's a free pawn, why not? So he took it, and knight takes, bishop takes over here, and then he grabbed the pawn back over here. Now the threat is that you are going to pick the pawn over here. So we decide I'm going to come back. You want to take it, I'll just take it with the bishop, and then maybe this is one of the line possibly over here, that then takes will be the possible line over here, and the game can be continued further. If you see the engine line is like showing the +1 for the white because of this. So let's come back what has happened in the game. So after over here, knight jumps in over onto the a5, maybe trying to put some pressure here. Perhaps it cannot be possible. You can also go here. Actually, it's a pin. You cannot take here. So let's show you. I mean, what is the pin? And he just unpinned himself. Otherwise, let's suppose if he plays some random moves like this, maybe just go back and maybe something like this. Just I'm trying to show you what will happen over here. We're getting here a lot of things were happening. If you take over here, and then it's just exchange down situation for you. So it's not a good move for you. So what is the other move possibly over here is that maybe I mean, Vidit played correctly. I'm just wanted to show you what are the threats possible. That's why the rook onto the b1 has been played, and then just a rook left over here, planning to double up over here, maybe on this 7th rank over here. So bishop comes back, hitting another another attacker over there onto the a pawn. He defended well, and now here the other move is possibly this one, where the bishop is getting trapped over here maybe. So let's see what else lines are possible over here. If takes happen, rook jumps in over here, and these are some of the lines which I had analyzed to see what will happen in case of the f3 move. So these are some of the lines where here you cannot simply go you can go here, but after this you have to take it with the pawn, otherwise you will be losing the piece over here. So these are some of the lines. So rather than going for the f3, we went for the h3 line, and then bishop is getting bishop is having only 1 or 2 possibilities over here. So attacking over here, and again another hitting over here, and he just took over here because it's defended, and then he just tried to attack back to the rook, and after takes. Now here is the what Vidit found over here. I mean, he found the exchange. How can he win the exchange over here? And then later on he just lost some of the pawns. I mean, he just gambled the pawns, but he is the exchange up. Black is having a good compensation for exchange down, where they took 2 pawns and minor pieces. I mean, it's equal over here, and here some of the trades will happen, and then it's kind of almost, if we see, it's a 3+ for, maybe I can show over here, but the problem is that it's showing the arrows, maybe that's why, and then after this it's almost over because it's a 4+ for white, although white is just a pawn, 1 pawn, and here is what has happened over here, and then just takes, and maybe here some of the lines are possible. Maybe I will try to show you this here. Rather than this, if e takes d happen, what will be, you're losing this piece. How? I can just show you quickly. This rook can jump in over here, the king has to go over here, and then another rook jumps in and you have to go over here and you will be losing it. So ultimately you are losing that piece anyway. These are some of the lines, possibly maybe this check can coming in, or maybe just coming back over here to defend over here. This rook is coming up over here and winning a lot of material, so it's almost a losing. So black decides to just push pawn further and coming over here. I don't know what is his plan, but VD just push further and then it is just coming up over here and just takes and you are just piece up over here. Not only piece up, I would say it's just a rook up over here. So and then it's nothing left here, and here Danil to go ask for the trade, and VD happily traded, and it's just losing the pawn. And after the f4 move, Danil to resigned over here. So I hope guys you have found interesting. I found this game very interesting to see how the game has converted by gambling the pawn and sacrificing I would say sacrificing a pawn for a bit, and maybe then winning back the exchange, winning the exchange over there, and making and converting the game. So proud to say that Vidit is one from the India, and he is making a good comeback after losing yesterday's game. So do like, share, subscribe to the video. Let me know in the comments how was the video. Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.